Hey, welcome back to Star Trek, the original series, Season 3. You may be wondering why I'm dressed so strangely. Well, I was doing a photo shoot for my Patreon, and I didn't really have anything Halloween themed, so I was just trying to put something together the best I could. As of this recording, it is basically about to be the week of Halloween. Anyways, back to the Star Trek goodness. Today we're watching episode 14 of season 3 of the original series called Whom Gods Destroy. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Where the Federation maintains an asylum for the few incorrigible, criminally insane of the galaxy.
Oh.
Bringing a revolutionary new medicine to them to eliminate mental illness for all time.
So a bunch of violent crazies.
Donald.
It's been too long since I've had company, Jim. The force field's back in place now. That means you two are trapped here, and I'm not accepting any excuses for your not dining with me.
We'd be delighted.
Who is the new inmate?
Garth.
Garth?
Garth of Izar, the former Starship Fleet captain.
Oh.
His exploits were required reading. He was one of my heroes.
One of his heroes. What happened to him? Clearly he was not always so mentally unstable and dangerous. Oh, this is really intriguing already.
Captain, you're making a mistake.
She's green!
There's nothing the matter with me.
What is it you want to tell me?
I can't tell you in front of him.
You're afraid to talk in front of Governor Corey?
He isn't really Governor Corey at all, that's just it.
She's been saying that for days now.
It's Andolian? Oh shoot. The antenna dudes.
Corey?
Yes, Jim.
What?
He tricked you.
I didn't expect him to give it away so soon. You're the guy. Garth.
Well, here I am.
Ooh la la. I've been asking for, I don't know if she's a Orion lady, but I've been asking for a green lady, and I got my green lady. That's exciting. We have a bunch of different aliens, some very interesting costumes and stuff. I'm excited for this one. Oh no.
Your Vulcan friend is still alive, Captain. My phaser was set to stun, not to kill.
Well, thank you for that.
Garth, do you have to make him suffer like that?
I am Lord Garth, and I lead the future masters of the universe.
Lord Garth.
And all the people of the galaxy who will not bow to my will must be confined or destroyed.
Are you so afraid of him that you must keep him pinned?
I'm afraid of no one. You're all powerless against me.
Now, what have you done with the medicine?
The medicine destroyed it.
Destroyed it. It was your only...
Silence! And it's time I took command of the Enterprise. You will help me, of course.
Of course.
My crew mutinied.
His crew mutinied?
You see, Captain, there's a helpful technique I've mastered.
Yeah, he can shapeshift. Or something.
Goodbye, darling, I'll miss you.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
How does he manage to change form at will?
The people of Antos taught him the techniques of cellular metamorphosis to recreate himself into any form he wished.
So he's just changing his cells on a
Those on
whim?
guard, seeing what he thought was me in Garth's cell, released him.
Oh, wow.
He was such a genius.
He still is a genius. He's an evil genius.
Beam me aboard.
Aye, sir. Queen to Queen's level 3.
We have no time for chess problems. Beam me aboard.
I'm following your orders, Captain. Queen to Queen's level 3.
Just testing. Be in touch with you later.
What is that about? Some kind of code that we've never heard of before? Oh. Let's go. My goodness. Throwing a proper temper tantrum here. He's good now, though.
Sign? Why didn't he give me the countersign?
Something's wrong.
We can't beam anybody down, sir. The force field on the planet is in full operation, and all forms of transport into the asylum dome are blocked off.
Oh, yeah.
How can we be powerful enough to wipe out a planet and still be so helpless?
Oh, and he's one of the pig guys. I don't remember what they're called at the moment, though.
Going to take the Enterprise. I have to shatter every bone in Captain Kirk's body.
Hopefully we won't be having to do all that. His boots don't match, but I kind of like it.
But I did invite you down to dinner, as you may recall.
I've forgotten.
You and Mr. Spock are to be my guests.
Where is Mr. Spock?
Is Spock okay? Well, he's walking around.
Why can't I blow off just one of his ears?
Isn't Governor Corey joining us?
The governor's fasting.
In that case, we must decline with thanks.
Don't be a fool, Jim. Go along with him.
You'll find we set a handsome table, and the entertainment is most enjoyable.
Is she gonna dance? I think we should go. Oh, this is not what I was expecting or hoping for. I'm very disappointed. Wait, this could be saved yet.
Keep your hands off Kirk.
You're jealous.
The captain is annoyed by your tensions, that's all.
Am I annoying you, dearest?
Well, not really.
A little bit.
And you're bothered by it. Admit it.
Oh, there's more of the prisoners.
Because I am the most beautiful woman on this planet.
You're the only woman on this
No
planet,
argument
you
here.
stupid cow. You're repulsive.
I'm beautiful.
This entertainment is not the greatest.
I write poetry, and I am a wonderful dancer.
Let me hear one poem you've written.
Captain, if you could create a diversion, I might be able to find the control room and open the force field.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate.
You wrote that?
Yesterday, as a matter of fact.
It was
That's
written
great, but I don't
by
think...
an Earthman named Shakespeare
Yeah.
a long time ago. I may kill you with my bare hands! Actually, Captain, she is a superb dancer.
This episode might be saved yet. I can't dance.
Marvelous, isn't she, Captain?
Quite. Better than me.
Yes, incredible.
What is your reaction, Mr. Spock?
Well, I find it mildly interesting and somewhat nostalgic. It is somewhat reminiscent of the dances that Vulcan children do in nursery school.
In nursery school?
Of course, the children are not so well coordinated.
They're not eating any of their food. Ask him if he has any, like, chicken tikka masala or something. That sounds super good right now. I was thinking they weren't going to show any more of the inmates. Like, maybe they didn't want to do, or didn't have the time or funds to do the costumes for so many people, but they have more of them. That's really neat. I love when they put her under the green lights so that her green comes out even brighter.
I have charted more new worlds than any man in history.
And tried to destroy Antos 4.
Actually, they were quite harmless, and they made me whole when I was maimed and dying. And I condemned them to death. I had risen above this decadent weakness which still has you in its command.
What happened to him?
Gentlemen, you have eyes, but you cannot see.
I agree there was a time when war was necessary, and you were our greatest warrior. But my first visit to Axanar was as a new-fledged cadet, and they had a dream. A dream that made Mr. Spock and me brothers.
Mr. Spock, do you consider Captain Kirk and yourself brothers?
What he says is logical, and I do, in fact, agree with it.
Blind! Truly blind!
I like this guy.
They will flock to my cause, and for good reason. Limitless power, limitless wealth, and solar systems ruled by the elite.
Okay. I think I get the picture here.
You were treated with justice and with compassion, which you failed to show towards any of your intended victims. Logically, therefore, one must assume...
Remove this animal!
Jeez.
Try some of this wine, Captain.
He's just all over the place. Emotionally, just...
How would you respond to Queen's level 3?
I'm sure you're aware that there are an infinite number of countermoves.
In the midnight of November, when the dead man's fair is nigh, and the danger in the valley, and the anger in the sky. Do you like it?
I don't know that one.
Tell him what he wants to know. I beg of you.
Oh, don't beg, Marta. It's degrading. What you see before you, Captain, is my latest invention. Once it was a part of the rehabilitation process, and as such, quite painless. I've added certain refinements. The chair is no longer painless.
Oh,
Put the
thanks.
governor in it.
I had a feeling he was going to put this guy in it instead of Kirk, because that would be even worse for Kirk.
Queen to Queen's level 3, Captain Kirk.
He can't give up his ship.
Exquisitely painful,
Oh my
as you
god.
will now see.
No!
The pain is real and can be prolonged indefinitely. Stop it! Queen to Queen's level 3, Captain.
No.
He can't. He can't let somebody so dangerous get in charge. Shapeshifter. Kirk, you may be a badass, but you're kind of outnumbered here. Oh, it's his turn in the chair.
No, you mustn't do that.
Don't make it necessary for me to put you in it.
She's like, you know what? Never mind.
Queen to Queen's level 3, Captain Kirk.
I don't think any amount of torture is gonna make him talk.
I can get him to tell me what you want to know.
Might be interesting to have you try.
Poor Kirk. This whole time he's just getting whizzed around.
No breakthrough.
No, Mr. Scott, still no response from the planet.
They can't communicate. They can't get down there.
Slowly, darling. Slowly.
Well, we already know seduction isn't gonna work, lady. Many a woman has tried.
I told him I'd discover your secret. I lied. I would have told him anything to save you from that torment.
I believe you mean that.
I do. I think I knew I loved you from the moment I first saw you.
That's not love.
I can help you, but I must get to the Enterprise to do that.
I'll help you, but you must wait. Soon your friend Spock will be here, and then...
Spock.
Oh my goodness! Why would she do that? Is it because she's just nuts?
You mustn't stop me. He's my lover, and I have to kill him.
Yeah, she's just crazy. But she actually did send for Spock. She's not very smart either, is she?
Interesting.
I'm very glad to see you.
Thank you, Captain.
Well, I was almost believing her for a second there. Are they Gamorreans? And Andorians? I think I said Andorian before. Oh, this ship looks neat.
Force field is now off,
They
Captain.
have a cinnamon roll as their thing there.
Mr. Scott, I want a fully armed security detail beamed down here on the double.
Aye, aye, sir.
Mr. Scott, the captain's life is in immediate danger. Beam him aboard at once.
Queen to Queen's level 3. Give the countersign as ordered.
Is that not him?
Scotty, Mr. Spock will give the countersign.
Give him the countersign, Captain.
How did he know?
What have you done with Spock? Where is he?
The Vulcan will die rather horribly, and his death will be on your conscience.
Ah, they tricked me.
Captain Garth.
Lord Garth!
No, sir. Starship Fleet Captain. That's an honorable title.
You're not gonna talk this guy into being sane.
Think back to what you were before the accident.
I can't remember. It's almost as if I had died and was reborn.
Oh.
finest starship captain, a model for the rest of us.
Yes, I do remember that. It was a great responsibility, but one I was proud to bear.
You bore it well.
You're trying to drain me of my strength.
No, I'm not. I want you to go back to the greatness that you've lost, Captain Garth.
I am Lord Garth, Master of the Universe. You doubt me only because I have not, as of yet, had my coronation.
No, sir, listen to me.
Stop!
It was a good effort, Kirk. It was a good effort.
I will make the ultimate conquest.
You better be careful. What if that was set to kill?
The throne must be higher. It must be higher than anything else in this room. Use that table as a pedestal.
Garth, you have only a handful of men.
Perhaps you'd like a larger role in the ceremony. You could serve as human sacrifice, for example.
No, I wouldn't enjoy that at all.
Heir apparent, I believe, is the proper role for you. Besides, we have other candidates for our human sacrifice. We hereby proclaim that I am Lord Garth, Master of the Universe.
Yay? He's on a table.
This may be our last chance.
Nobody cares.
I brought something down here that might have cured you. But he destroyed it. If I could get a patrol down here.
I don't think any of these people feel like they need a cure.
Well done.
And he gives them some sort of freedom. At least it seems like freedom.
See, here is my latest invention. This is an explosive. The most powerful one in history.
It's so tiny.
Well, perhaps you require the demonstration I've arranged. So did my men drive her out of the protective dome.
Oh, the spacesuits are back!
Choked to death on the outside in a matter of minutes. One tiny
This
crystal
is messed up.
planted in her necklace. I propose to detonate it from here. Poor dear suffering child.
This guy's so messed up. What? This seems rather violent for television.
Perhaps the ship's phasers can cut through a section of the force field at its weakest point.
Will it leave a margin of safety for the people below?
Yes, sir. Prepare to change orbital path, Mr. Sulu.
Ship's phasers ready, sir.
Let's punch a hole in it. Full power.
There's a fly in here.
How are your nerves, Kirk?
Probably not great.
Your friend Spock is a logical man. Go and bring the Vulcan here to me.
Fly, you're ruining my video. He's pretending to be unconscious? The double grip. Nice and easy.
Fascinating.
That's Spock's
Your
line.
Vulcan friend is a very ingenious fellow.
Yes, he is. Ah, which one?
That's Garth. Stun him. Hold his Spock. That's Garth.
Well, all he has to do is ask Kirk something that Garth wouldn't know.
Can't you tell I'm your captain?
Queen to Queen's level 3.
That's exactly what he wants to know. Very clever, Garth. That's exactly what I was going to say. What are you doing?
Arranging to beam down a security team. Are there any objections?
Yes. They may walk into a trap. That's right. Garth can destroy us.
What maneuver did we use to defeat the Romulan vessel near Tau Ceti?
The Cochrane deceleration. You know, the Cochrane deceleration is a classic battle maneuver. Every starship captain knows that.
I don't know which is which.
Whichever one of you is Captain Garth cannot be maintained indefinitely, and I have time.
Ah, there you go. Then he can be absolutely sure. Did you lose track of who's who? 'Cause I did. Maybe the stunt double's the fake. Spock's just like, fascinating.
I'm your captain, Spock. Can't you tell? Shoot! Shoot! But you must shoot both of us. It's the only way to ensure the safety of the Enterprise.
That's actually a really good idea. If he shot both of them, one of them would have changed back. He'd just have to wait.
Mr. Spock.
That guy, his temper gave him away.
Enterprise here. Queen to Queen's level 3.
Queen to King's level 1.
Now we finally get to know the move.
How long before it takes effect, Dr. McCoy?
Reversal of arterial and brain damage should begin almost immediately.
Captain Garth. I'm James Kirk.
The medicine seems to be taking effect. It's very encouraging.
Or is he faking it? I don't trust him.
Should I know you, sir?
No. Why was it so impossible to tell the difference between us? What took you so long?
I was waiting for a victor in the hand-to-hand struggle, which I assumed would be Captain Garth.
I see. Mr. Spock, letting yourself be hit on the head is not exactly a method King Solomon would have approved.
King Solomon? Alright, I'm gonna say my initial reaction of this one is it is not as high quality as a lot of the other episodes in season 3. I would put this one below average. For right now, of course that can change, but I mean, there were some really cool things about this episode. Of course, the guest actor was great. Both of the guest actors were great. The girl and the guy playing as Garth. It was really cool that we got to see some of the alien species returning, which I believe is Orion, Andarian, and Gamorrean. Actually, let me just double check that right now. Okay, well, this is rather embarrassing. So I was correct the first time. It was Andorian, and it's not Gamorrean. That's a Star Wars thing. I am so sorry. Please don't cancel me for that. The pig guys are the Tellarites. So yeah, it was cool to see those alien species returning. It was really cool to see the costumes. I loved Garth's getup. He was a very interesting character. So I guess he had this accident or this disease or something that caused him to go insane and become very violent. Think of himself as a lord, somebody who's better than everybody else. His outbursts were pretty entertaining for a while. I think they got maybe a little bit old towards the end. I was pretty shocked when they blew that girl up. I know that we've seen deaths in this. I mean, we see death a lot in this series, but for some reason, this one felt really shocking. Like, I really didn't think that they were going to do that. Though it wouldn't be the worst one that we have seen. I think the girl turning into the cube and then getting crushed in by any other name was pretty bad as well. But as far as everything else goes, I felt like this felt kind of really dragged out. There wasn't kind of a lot going on with the plot. There needed to be maybe something else, something to keep my brain a little bit more occupied, something to think about. I also really liked the surprises that we got with this guy shapeshifting and revealing himself to be somebody that we didn't think it was him. So like that stuff was all really cool, and to see like the two Kirks fighting, the bit at the end with Spock, the way that he was going about trying to decide which Kirk was the real one was supposed to lose the fight according to him. I'm not really sure about the King Solomon reference though at the end there. That is something that I will try to see if I can figure out what that's about. Give me a second. Okay, so, I mean, I kind of know who Solomon is, you know, from the Bible and stuff. There's a lot of information here, and I can't really just, like, read it all right now. But it does say here that Solomon was the biblical king most famous for his wisdom. So maybe that's what they're referring to. If it's something else besides that, please let me know. I just feel like the episode felt like it needed something more going on. I felt like the plot line that they had was stretched really thin, and I was kind of losing interest of watching this guy have a temper tantrum and saying that he's the best and why he needs to be the ruler of the universe or whatever. It just kind of felt like an incomplete story or an incomplete idea that was not enough to cover like the full hour episode. And I thought it was interesting that they introduced this like basically like a miracle drug to like get rid of this mental affliction. Maybe it's kind of a very specific type of mental affliction and not just all like mental unhealth in general, because that seems like kind of a big deal. So I was kind of expecting them to be like, oh, it doesn't work, because then they would eradicate all madness. They would be able to eradicate all madness from the galaxy. But maybe this kind of mental affliction that they had, or like group of mental afflictions, were kind of like a very specific type that this particular cure could help with. I don't know. I just really thought like it wasn't gonna work, because then there's like a cure for mental illness established in this universe from here on out. And I really like the idea of like, we kind of saw it a little bit in, it was a prison colony in the Dagger of the Mind, but these kind of planets that hold these dangerous people, whether they be criminals, whether they be mentally unstable, I think is really fascinating, something that they could go into more in the future. So like that's why I'm thinking don't make a cure for it, because then we can't have storylines that are based around this again. I just wish that there was a little bit more substance to this episode, and then I think I would have really enjoyed it a lot more. But I still enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It's I don't think it's going to be in my top 10, but we'll see. I'm sure some of you guys out there are fans of this episode. Maybe most of you. Maybe I'm in the minority here. I don't know. But I'll be interested to hear what you guys think about this one. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And thank you for watching. And get to commenting. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.